I have so many experiences that I can sit down and share. But what I would say is that when it get tough, you keep on moving until God says, be still and know I am God. Sometimes God's Spirit wants us to just sit there and be still and meditate on me. Meditate on my word. Meditate. Pray. Go into your closet. Go into your room and you have that sacred time with God.
My name is Brother Mark, and I'm one of the licensed CSL Redlands practitioners. And I invite you to join us for our meditation. And so let's do that by getting comfortable in your space. Finding a place where you are able to sit up straight. Becoming mindful of your posture. Let's pay attention to our focused breathing. And inviting you to just inhale with me for a count of 1. And exhale for a count of 2. We inhale for a count of 2. And exhale for a count of 4. We inhale for a count of 3. And we exhale for a count of up to 6. And we inhale for a count of up to 4. And exhale for a count of up to 8. We inhale for a count of up to 5. And exhale for a count of up to 10. And simply inviting you now to allow for the outer eyes to close. And consider opening the inner eyes. Some call it the third eye. And with our third eye open, we see rightly, we see divinely, we see that God is everywhere present and right where I am. God is everywhere present and right where you are. And we simply consecrate this time of stillness and silence and meditation as a sacred and holy time. As a time where we connect in a bigger and bolder way to this power and presence, the omnipresence, our source energy, the Mother, the Father, the Infinite. We connect, we recharge, we allow for ourselves to sit on the way station for us to be fully restored and made new. Allowing for our awareness, our consciousness to be still, to be connected, to be supported and maintained, fully sustained, connected into the one of the one, the one and only one. And so we rest on this charging station now for our highest and best good, expecting nothing and open to everything that's most needed for our soul's evolution at this very moment in time. We rest in this place now with comfort, with assuredness, with a great deal of calm, poise, and surrender. So inviting you to just allow for the heart space, allow for your heart space to fill with gratitude with each inhale, and gratitude with each exhale, and more gratitude with each inhale, and even more gratitude with each exhale. Returning back completely to the body temple. I'm grateful for our breath. So very grateful for our life. I'm grateful for our ability to be present in this moment, to be still, to allow for whatever is for our highest and best good to be sourced, to be supplied, allowing for transformation, allowing for revelation, allowing for manifestation of what is most needed right here and right now for our soul's perfect evolution on our individual journey at this very moment in time. How good it is to be still and know. God is, I am. God is, I am. God is, I am. And so inviting you to bring your awareness fully back. You may want to tap your toes to the ground. Taking some nice inhales in. And easy and gentle exhales out. Make sure you can feel the chair beneath you or the sofa, wherever you may be sitting. You may want to tap the fingertips together. And in your own time, allow for the outer eyes to gently open. Becoming aware of your surroundings and environment. Fully present, back in this very moment in time. I say namaste.
Hello, my name is David Torrey, and I'm your CSL Redlands IT sound and video person. I'd just like to take a moment to read a statement from Centers for Spiritual Living. This comes from their Spiritually Motivated Social Engagement Committee. Racism in the United States. Centers for Spiritual Living calls for it to end. We are grieving lives that ought not to have been lost. George Floyd, Breonna Taylor, and Ahmaud Arbery are the most recent in a list of countless unarmed African American and Black people who have been murdered for the color of their skin over the past 400 years in the U.S. Too many generations have suffered, and it has never been and is not now acceptable. We denounce racism in all of its forms, the starkness of unapologetic intentional racism, the racism of silence in the face of injustice, the systemic racism inherent in our education, justice, income, and opportunity inequity, and the racism that lies hidden in our individual hearts and minds. We envision a world where personal responsibility joins with social conscience in every area of the political, corporate, academic, and social sectors. We value a community-wide climate of safety that arises from compassion, justice, mutual respect, and kindness. Therefore, we join our founder, Dr. Ernest Holmes, who, echoing the words of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., said, "You and I should form the habit of taking definite time each day to contemplate and affirm peace with justice. For there is no peace possible without justice. But faith without works is dead. We should not only pray, we should act, each contributing the best they have to the common purpose, each willing to make any sacrifice necessary. For there can be no individual self-preservation without the preservation of all." We call upon ourselves and the faith communities in the U.S. to take action that shows that we have heard the cry of suffering and we own our responsibility for it. Whether that action is prayer, donations to organizations that promote racial justice, rigorous self-education, or active engagement, Let not this moment in history pass unattended. May the actions we take be steeped in peace and respect for the sacredness of each life, knowing that whatever we do individually and collectively must be divinely directed from a higher consciousness. When we apply our proven spiritual principles through rigorous practices and compassionate action, the desired result cannot fail to demonstrate. Once again, that was Centers for Spiritual Living, Spiritually Motivated Social Engagement Committee.
Hi everybody, my name is Richard and I am a member over at the Center of Spiritual Living in Redlands, California. I've been going there for about a year now and I'm staying. I told Brother Mark the other day that this place feels like home, and I'm not kidding. Whenever I'm there at the facility, and everyone there feels like family or friends. Here online, I mean, that still comes through. I'm talking to people who actually care. One reason why I decided to stay is because the truth is they made me feel like there's nothing wrong with me. I was told that I'm perfect just the way I am. And you know what? I believe it. I'm perfect just the way I am. You're perfect just the way you are also.
This little light of mine, light that shines is a light of love, hides the darkness from above, shines on me and it shines on you, shows you what the power of love can do. Shine my light both bright and clear, shine my light both far and near, in every dark corner that I find, I'm gonna let my little light shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Oh, this little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. Everywhere I go, I'm gonna let it shine. Oh, everywhere I go, I'm gonna let it shine. Everywhere I go, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. I'm the light of God, and I have got to shine. Oh, I'm the light of God, I have got to shine. I am the light of God, and I have got to shine. Let me shine, let me shine, let me shine. Let me shine, let me shine, let me shine. Let me shine, let me shine, let me shine.
So let's take the time to open the heart space to see what needs to be cleared out. And sometimes we may find certain things like jealousy, feeling envy of someone, guilty, or someone along the way have done something to me, or I'm feeling very victim mentality, like I feel really victim, like something always happening to me. Why is always happening to me? What am I doing? Why this is always happening? Feeling not good enough. How many people sometimes feel that they're not worthy, they're not good enough? Or, I don't deserve it. I don't deserve it because whatever that is, I didn't suffer enough, or whatever that is for you. Just think about that for a minute. even going down to depression. I've been there and it visited me, okay? And how many times do it come? And what do I do when it appears in my life? So it's just really something to think about. You think about going even deeper to the root, not the effect, but the root of why things are happening. What did we bury in our consciousness? What did we bury in our heart? It's time to unravel it. It's just like an onion. It's time to unravel it to see whatever that is that's causing these effects that we don't want. Sometimes we may feel that we deserve that pain. We deserve that hurt because God wants us to hurt. God wants us to suffer until God says it's enough suffering. I feel God does not want us to suffer because if God is love, okay, then we are love. So it's not so much as God wants us to suffer. Sometimes I feel that in the midst of the suffering, there's healing. There's learning experiences in life. Don't feel good. No, I've been through it and it hurts. Oh, here we go again. Why do I got to go through this all over again? Didn't I do enough? I go to church. I pay my tithes. I go to the center. I go and I help people. I show up in love. I paid my time. So then, all of this, then why is this still happening to me? Maybe God just want me to go through the pain for a while. Maybe life is trying to teach you something. A lesson. An experience to help you be this powerhouse person that you are. That light that you are. You see, God didn't say we weren't going to go through nothing. But it says, I'll carry you through. That makes the difference. So let's just for a minute address burying the pain. Sometimes when we bury the pain gets so deep and so hard. We don't want to acknowledge it because it hurts too doggone bad. So we do things, devices, or whatever we do to help us forget, help us to move forward by numbing the pain. So I just want to say this for a minute. How many people did something to numb the pain that you were feeling? If it's shopping, if it's eating, if it's gambling, if it's drinking, if it's drugs, if it's weed, to numb the pain. Or even going to the act of violence so that you won't feel because you're numb. So that's why it's important to unravel the pain. You see, when I was a little younger than now, I had to figure out what was going on in my life. And then I started digging deeper to realize, oh, this is why this is happening. I'm supposed to learn from this experience Not bury it, but learn from it. Then you can move forward. So when I was younger, I buried the pain because I didn't want to deal with it because it hurt too doggone bad. So I did everything that I can possibly do. Couldn't sleep at night. Depression. All of that. Even with the doctor's help, with the medication, I was still depressed. Depression is very powerful because it can control your life if you allow it to. So a lot of times when I feel that way, what I would do is ask and look it dead in the eye. Why are you here? What is it that I need to know in this very moment? What is it that I can move forward? What is it that I need to really recognize? Wow. And so as I acknowledge that pain, not feeling good enough. Why? Because people say that I wasn't going to be anything. People say, oh, she's nothing. And I bought into it because I was afraid to stand up and speak. I was afraid to stand up and be who I was called to be. Because I was afraid that people wouldn't like me. People would not accept me for me. People would judge me for who I am. So I will hide. Drinking, partying, whatever I was doing. I will hide because I was afraid of being all of me. Because I didn't think I was going to be accepted for all of who I am. You see, when God gives you gifts, that spirit, we all have gifts. And it's not for us to be afraid of the gifts that God gave us. It's for us to use those gifts, not bury it, but use them. And as you move forward and use those gifts, we got to trust and have faith and believe and continue to walk even in the midst of fear. So for me, when it peeked its head at me, I got a chance to look at it again. Look at it, eye to eye. What's wrong with me now? What's wrong with me? Some people come into my life for only a season. They receive whatever they need to receive from me, as well as I. You see, sometimes we try to hold on to friends as a long-term friends. And truly, they was only a seasonal friends. So you see, that's very important. Things sometimes comes in seasons. What season are you in now? So as we just take the time and just think about these things, what can I do to heal these wounds? Feeling broken, feeling not worthy, feeling not good enough. You see, I never felt not worthy because I believe I was worthy. But it was like I said, the acceptance where people wouldn't accept me for who I am. They called me different names. They did certain things that hurt. But that's their experience. So life had to teach me not to buy into what other people are saying. You know the truth for you and who you are. You see. So not allowing other people to step on you and take your power. Because technically they cannot take your power. Why? Because you give it. You surrendered. You surrendered and gave it to them. Well, I guess I believe what they're saying. Well, it hurts so bad I can't show my face anymore. Or I'm just going to erase it and just move on like it didn't even happen. These are life experiences. And so it's up to us to see it as learning lessons of life, journey. And as we look at it like that, then we can unravel the next layer of onions. So first, what is that first layer for you? My first layer was not feeling good enough. My second layer was you can't trust nobody. They're going to all hurt you. Guess what? So then I proceeded to meet people that would hurt me. Because I bought into that belief system that they were going to hurt me. You can't trust nobody. You can only depend on yourself. And so by that faith belief, it came to me what I was focusing on. So what I believed that I was going to be hurt, I was hurt. I was expecting the hurt. So when I go into prayer and I ask God, why is these people doing this? Why does it hurt so bad? Lord, please forgive me. But why am I still going through this? The Bible says, knock, you shall find. The door is open. So then why am I keep seeking and these things continue to happen? Wow. It's about the belief system and what we bought into that became our reality. So if I bought into that, and then of course it's just going to continue to come to me, the things that I don't want, until I can recognize it. So let's go back into the things that hurt you, or someone hurt you, or you hurt someone. How many times did you relive that same story? How many times have you told that same story over and over and over, and then as you tell it, it feels real all over again. You get all upset. You get angry all over again because you're building that up. All things is energy. That energy that you're putting in there, you're manifesting it all over again. You see, when we know that God said, the Bible says, I forgive you 7 times 70 a day. Or more. So if God forgives us, then we must first forgive ourselves also. Or I did something so bad I can't forgive myself. So then you're going to continue in this whirlpool. But when you can wake up to say, if God forgave me, then guess what? Then I can forgive myself. If God forgave them, then I can forgive them also. Now, I'm not saying that be their friends. What I'm saying is forgive and let go. Stop holding on to that because you keep creating your tomorrow. So when you get a chance to totally just let it go and say, I forgive you, even though you did such and so. And move on. And you may not be there to say, I forgive you. Then the perfect thing is I send everything that I do, love and light, healing energy. Everywhere I go, whoever I speak to, I send it love and light energy until you're able to forgive. So one of the things is when we are in a state of forgiveness, we get a chance to look it dead in the eye and say, I'm sorry to myself for holding on to it. I forgive myself. Because you see, they are gone with their lives. They're living their life. They moved on. But we continue to relive and tell the story. So we are creating that story over and over and over again. That victim mentality. Why someone's always doing something to me? Why? I do this and I do that and I serve God and I do my best. But why is it always happening to me? Oh, here we go again. Somebody saying something to me. I know I can look at their faces and I can tell that they're saying something about me. Okay? So what I'm saying is telling a new story. And a new story, it's about seeing it for what it really was. It hurt like hell. It hurt so bad. And I'm healing from that step by step, moment by moment. Telling a new story is seeing, well, what I got out of it was, what was the lesson in it? Focus on the lesson, not the pain. When we're focusing on the lesson, then you're moving forward. But when you're focusing on the pain, you receive more pain. You see? And so, as you focus on the lesson, whatever it is that you are going through with, feel it. Feel the hurt. Acknowledge it. And then make a decision to trust God. When there's things that you know that you can't control, when there's things that you know that you have no way out, that's when God steps in and carries you. That's what I truly believe in. To my core. Telling a new story means seeing it in a new light. Seeing it in a new way. Those were life issues. These were life learning experiences What did I get out of it? It helped me be the person I am today. I don't condone violence at all. So I'm not saying it's okay to hurt someone.
So I'm making a plea to every member out there and every visitor out there that has come and enjoyed it, enjoyed the service, and anybody else who feels that this community is important and should stay intact. And so I'm asking you guys to pay attention to the links after this video, which will give you instructions on how to donate money in the safest way that you feel comfortable in. I mean, some of it's online, and also you can go directly to the facility and drop off a check at a secure mailbox they have there, and a board member will go pick up the checks, and believe me, it's safe. The board members are amazing. They watch every single penny. There is not a penny being wasted. It is all for us. And so I'm asking that you do what you can. Don't harm yourself, but do what you can, because it is life. And so I'm asking that that we all stay together and care for one another and care for ourselves, and take care. Bye-bye.
And Jesus so frequently referred to the necessity of this childlike trust. If we could only forget that we have to know so much, and if we could only remember that the burden of life is on the shoulders of a power greater than we are, and if we would only learn to relax, and if we would only let this power do it, then indeed should we have miracles in our lives. So let us take this childlike attitude, just a simple trust and faith in a power for good, and realize that it is not the power that we have to change, but ourselves. And we must learn that the way to use this law of good is by training our minds to believe in it, to accept it, and then seeing to it that we act as though it were true. See to it that all our thinking becomes affirmative, and that for every no, there is a yes. For every apparent evil, there is a good. For every seeming hate, let there be a love. And for every discouragement, a faith. And for every disappointment, a certainty. Now let us suppose that nothing has been going right for us, and so we feel pretty discouraged. But we do have a conviction that there is a power greater than we are, and that we can use it. And we have come to understand that this power works for us by working through us. And so we begin to change our way of thinking. And this is done by making certain definite statements every day, and by persisting until we receive a proof. Perhaps we will say something like this: knowing that there is a power greater than I am placing complete confidence in it. I believe that this power is now working in my life. I believe that I am being guided by an intelligence that knows everything. I believe that I am being guarded by a love that tenderly cares for everyone. I believe that there is a power operating in my affairs which is supreme. Therefore I say to myself, there is no fear or doubt, nothing that can dim my vision or mar the picture that I now make of myself as being whole and happy and confident. There is no discouragement from the past, and there is no fear that can mar the faith that I have today. I know that my word, my own thinking right now, erases all negative pictures in my mind and replaces them with confidence and expectancy, with faith and assurance. I expect new and better things to happen. I believe that I shall be surrounded by love and by friendship.
So when you come to a point where you feel like you can't breathe anymore, God is breathing through your lungs. Grace. Peace. Peace, be still in my life. Peace, be still. So right in the midst of the storm, you can have peace. I know it because I've been through it. Right in the midst of a storm, you can find peace. Easier said than done, yes. But where you find the peace lies in faith. You see, you must have faith to believe that you can obtain that peace, because God is peace, and that peace is within you because God's Spirit is within you. So you obtain that peace within you. Right in this very, very moment, there's peace. There's love. Right in the midst of the chaos, you can find peace. Right in the midst of trouble, you call on God's Spirit. You call on your ancestors. You call on the angels to help you through. Because we are one with it all.
Holy, holy way. Oh, let me love in a holy, holy way. Oh, let me love in a holy, holy way. Oh, let me know that love is all around me. Oh, let me know that love is all around me. Oh, let me love in a holy, holy way. Oh, let me love in a holy, holy way. Oh, let me live in a holy, holy way. Oh, let me live in a holy, holy way. Oh, let me learn from all the ways I failed. Oh, let me know that love can heal us all. Oh, let me live in a holy, holy way. Oh, let me live in a holy, holy way. Oh, let me serve in a holy, holy way. Oh, let me serve in a holy, holy way. Oh, let me share the good that's overflowing. And let me care for those